So let's talk about a couple of stories today. It's three in general that I want to talk about. That were four. There you go. Three in general I want to talk about. One of them's more of a thing to do with Tango, who has started to put a pledge together to make sure that there is a defibrillator in every stadium around the country. Now, everyone knows that I think it was last year that his daughter passed away at 29 following a long illness, and she was only 29 at the time. Now, one of the things is he wants to keep her name and legacy going by having it one in every corner. That will see a defibrillator installed in all four corners of the 92 football stadiums in the UK. And I think this is an absolutely fantastic idea. I really do. I think the idea of having this would be fantastic to do, and it's a good legacy for him. Paul, aka Tango, said she used to go everywhere in England with me. It's like a pain you can't describe losing child, my princess. It's going to be so hard going forward, but I'm absolutely determined to see this through. It's such a hard year, but we're putting something back out there in her memory. We've got to keep her legacy going. And I think if we can get this done, this would be fantastic. So far, he partnered with a defibrillator company called Martet Life Care, a charity with Rick Guy Foundation, and so far it got 226,000. That 226,000 need to be raised for it, and hopefully they can do, because I think that would be a really good thing to do, because the amount of times that we've had it where we've seen that there isn't enough of defibrillators in a ground, it would be really helpful to do. So far it's raised £649. I will leave a link to the donation page in the comment section. Please go donate if you can. It's a very good cause. I think it's something that should happen more often, and to have something to go with that. So next we're going to be talking about Kobacki. He could be back very, very soon, hopefully. You're wanting to get it all sorted and him come back with a stronger mindset. What we've seen so far is Kobacki is a really good player. He can run at a player. He seems like he's got everything that's in his ability to do so. And I want to see that more. Olaf has been said that he's got a strong attitude you can expect from such a player. He's got good resilience. He goes through, he works hard. It's now about getting the next 2 weeks. He will be back in the team training and giving a lift himself. And that's the thing. If he's back in 2 weeks, then bear in mind that was last week. So this week, next week, he should be back. And the thing is, they ain't got a real time scale to where they want him back. They'll look from week to week and see where he get to. But here's the thing: if we can get this done well, it'll be good. Now they got a target they want to hit, but they're not gonna try and push him to get to that target. Their target is probably the Stoke City game, which is the 21st of December. Now, if we can get him in for the 21st of December, fantastic. Get it sorted, and hopefully he can hit the ground running. And the thing is, you can get him back up to speed and back how he was playing, because he was starting to have it where he was making a big impact off the bench and starting to show what he can do. And it was just bad timing that injury turned up. And it means it will give someone like a Masaba Gassama a bit more competition as well. I think the competition for places is very crucial, and you want to see that given a little bit more leeway and a lot more stuff done with that, because if we can have competition, people don't get complacent, and that's something I don't want this squad to do this year. I don't want it to get complacent. I don't want people thinking I'm a first teamer, I'm straight in here. I want it to have that if someone's doing well in training or has had a good game ahead of them, that it's like, right, I have to fight that back. And you've seen that from Danny. You've seen what we can do when we need to come back into games as well. So, here's some bad news though. Mackenzie Maltby, who had been on loan at Scarborough, has had to come back to Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, sadly. He has picked up a knock, and it could be a couple of weeks out. So he'll be doing all these treatment and recovery at Wednesday. And it's annoying because it sounds like he was one of the lone players who was doing really well and starting to get into their stride a little bit. We spoke about player potentially going out on loan yesterday with Charlie McNeil. You've got the fact that Bailey's on loan at Lincoln. I think he was on the bench yesterday. I saw some things in one of the groups going, why is he on the bench? Why aren't we using him? It's not the first time he's been on the bench, but he has been used as a first teamer. And if you think of it week to week, some games he's going to get rest, some games he's going to start. That's what it is. But Maltby is a big blow. He's been having a really good loan spell. They've been impressed with what he's been doing. I know that the Wednesday loan, like people who look after the loans, have been really impressed and keeping in contact with him. And the thing is, loans like that into non-league really help. Because it's men's football, you get to figure out who you are as a player. And it's one thing we don't do enough. I spoke about it yesterday. We don't loan our youngsters out enough. And it needs to happen a lot more. But if we can get Kobacki back, then fantastic. It will be brilliant. And I just hope we can get it sorted immediately. And if we can get it sorted immediately, fantastic. And he gets back to playing again, great. But the problem with injuries like this, he got to take his time. He got to do all the right things. We need to start loaning our youngsters out. They need to start playing more football than with the under-21s. It's the only way they're going to get better. I personally, I've said this before, I don't like the under-21s, under-18s model. I used to like the reserve team football model, where you would have pros from other clubs playing who would need to get back to match fitness. So you would have a mixture as pros, a mixture as some of you fringe players as well. I've always thought that was better because it was going up against other professional players instead of them going against other 18 or 21-year-olds. I never did like that because I think it didn't bode well, but that's just me. I wasn't a fan of it. Some people are a fan of the new model. But at the end of the day, we need to start looking forward in that sense. Hopefully, we can have a good week. We got press conference tomorrow. We'll have roundup and preview on Friday. Saturday will be game review. Sunday will be your manager comments. And Monday we'll have a debrief and a preview because next week is a very, very busy week. You've got preview, review, debrief, press conference, preview, roundup, review, debrief. So it's a busy, busy week next week. So, and I've got a busy week personally next week. I've got loads of birthdays with my kids. So there's that as well. So let's see what happens. Hopefully Sheffield Wednesday can go on and have a very good week. Hopefully 3 points at the weekend at our place will help. But we've got to get to that point. Remember to go visit the link in the description below. The all four corners, one in every corner for the defibrillation campaign. Please go donate if you can, and let's try and get some money raised for that.